that lovely introduction. They don't do the introductions so nice in Paris. So this is from a novel I'm working on. It's set in one apartment building over the course of a summer. No one at number 37 knew how long Madame Marin had been the gardienne, nor how long she'd had the hairdressing salon on the ground floor. The passage from the entry door to the courtyard was her domain, filled with the smells of shampoo and burnt hair and gossip about her clients. Edward tried to scuttle past unnoticed, but Madame Marin had a sixth sense for young men. She had no age that he could guess, and painted her eyebrows the same pumpkin orange as her hair. She wore blood-red lipstick, which got left on his cheek during their ritual greetings, and long red talons that wrapped around a broom handle or his forearm with equal intensity. He was English, so Madame Marin refused him the coffee she would normally serve. Instead, she poured thick cream into hot tea, smoky trails in amber liquid. There was something of the dragon to it. Though maybe it was her kimono that made him think that. The polyester dazzle, swirls of fish and flowers winding themselves around her. The backs of her legs displayed all manner of mottled veins, years spiderwebbing secretly under her skirt. She had a smile more gum than tooth, and there was menace in the pink of that exposed flesh. If Madame Marin's predatory nature had been a surprise to Edward, her unexpected husband was an equal shock. Quiet, glassy-eyed, a symphony in beige as he walked the bins slowly from the back lot to the front and then from front to back again. He never spoke, but tilted his head in greeting and kept his varifocals firmly trained on Robert, his wife's sour-faced cat. Robert was his mistress's pride and joy, but never was a cat less happy to have bows affixed, to submit to daily brushings. A pink plastic palace in the corner of the courtyard was the spot designated for Robert's business. He could not have loathed this pastel edifice more, and instead shat discriminately in public, at opportune moments holding steely eye contact with whoever was walking past. It was widely known in the building that Madame Marin had lovers. She was often to be passed of an evening caked in makeup, squeezed into an impossibly tight leopard print confection on her way to her latest assignation. Early hours, her kitten heels click-clacked across the courtyard, long after the residents had caught the click-clack of Monsieur Marin's camp bed unfolding and the blue square of his television set had been turned off. No one could say what it was that broke the camel's back, but one Thursday afternoon, a beat-up white Citroën was driven into the courtyard, and Monsieur Marin packed his bags into it. The same care with which he'd hosed his bins, trundled them back and forth, polished door handles, swept doorsteps, was now applied to the knotting of rope on the roof rack, the gentle placement of shoes along the back seat. Madame howled. She screamed, she railed. At one point she hit him and begged as fat, bubbling sobs boiled up from her bony ribcage. He did not flinch. Edward watched all this from his attic window. All up both buildings, curtains twitched. Her 3 salon assistants in their pink housecoats crept into her hallway to listen. Monsieur Vincent on the 2nd floor leant brazenly out of his window. From on high, this domestic incident played out like an opera. They were in the gods, teetering over windowsills as over steeply raked seats, and the grey square became a stage, comically small and trifling. After 20 minutes, Monsieur Marin got in the car, and the Citroën left. Madame Marin sat in the courtyard step for a long time, like a dancer caught in the fluorescent glare of a dressing room light, wigless, all the makeup too large now for a face of such ordinary proportions, faded, old. Still in the first flush of France, Edward half expected her to turn, to sing Non, je ne regrette rien, except she did, because regret floated high up through the courtyard that night. It came in through closed windows, seeped in under locked doors. Her sobs caught in the night air and floated up between the sandwich of buildings, up into the ether. Thank you.